So there was always rumor that the DNC were the ones that, quote unquote, picked who they wanted to be.
And that's a bunch of baloney.
Stop it, Jamie. That's not baloney.
Oh, yo, man.
But that's what they say. They say they pick somebody who they feel will be the president.
You can tell the truth.
Well, I am telling the truth. Tell me the power I have to pick. If I'm the DNC chair, what power do I have to pick? Like, people say, well, you could have told Joe Biden to not run. Like, seriously?
Yeah.
Yo,
you could have said that.
I could have.
Nobody was against him during that time.
You could have and should have.
I could have. And do you think he would have listened? This is the most powerful. No, Charlamagne.
I'm talking about, to your point.
He did listen finally.
Somebody did listen to him. He did listen to somebody finally.
No, I think.
So everybody should have told him earlier.
I think ultimately what the president saw was that this fight is actually tearing the party apart. And I don't want that to be on me.
Stop it, Jamie.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you the truth.
You're not beholden to them no more.
No, it's not about being beholden to them. I'm telling you the truth.
That man was too old. Everybody knew he was too old.
But Charlamagne,
he should have been a transitional president from the beginning.
Charlamagne, I get all of that. But you know what? Somebody should have stepped up. If people thought that Joe Biden was too old, then some real people should have stepped up and said, you know what, I'm going to run.
But then they get their ass handed to him. When Dean Phillips does that, y'all kick him out.
Look, is Dean Phillips serious?
It don't matter.
No, honest.
Now, Jamie, you're acting like that is the normal process of things. Yes, just challenge the sitting president.
No.
Y'all crucify people for that.
Facts. So to give a little bit of context here, because I know we just jumped straight into it. This black guy here in the suit is Jamie Harrison. He is the former head of the DNC, former chairman of the DNC. And he's obviously getting cooked on, of all places, the Breakfast Club. I'm actually pretty shocked that they even pushed back even a little bit, right? So yeah, let's continue on with this, because this is absolutely crazy stuff. Like him talking about Dean, bro. I remember the Democrat Party, because if you guys remember, Cenk Uygur was allegedly running, in the DNC or running to become running for president. And if I remember correctly, they rigged the election or didn't have an election, like got rid of the primary in Florida. The Democrats did. And his excuse, well, he wasn't serious. It's just like, whoa, wait a minute. Regardless of whether or not he was serious, y'all should have allowed him to continue to run. You villainized anybody and everybody that stepped up to run against Joe Biden. And this guy's like, well, somebody should have stepped up. Yeah, they did. And y'all crucified them. I mean, they went after these folks so hard. It was just like, what? The party of democracy? Kind of interesting how that works. The party that screams democracy is the first one to try to get rid of it. Kind of interesting how that works. But anyway, let's keep going.
Like that is the normal process of things. Yes, just challenge the sitting president.
No.
Y'all crucify people for that.
Well, you telling me, you saying, well, that's not the normal. And you're saying, is it normal for the DNC chair to say, Mr. President, you need to sit down?
Yes.
That is not normal.
Yes.
No, it is not.
If George Clooney can say it, if Charlamagne the God can say it, if all these people who are not in politics can say it, but Jake Tapper book, I read the book, said President Biden walked up to you, shook your hand.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
Didn't even know who you were.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
I don't believe that, Jamie.
Well, why don't you believe me?
Because I believe that actually happened.
For people that don't know what happened.
He said that Jake Tapper and Alex Thompson wrote in their book, Original Sin, that Biden shook DNC chair at the time, Jamie Harrison's hand, and didn't recognize who he was.
Probably didn't
remember.
And
Jamie said he was lying.
I said that is bullshit because it was bullshit. Every time that Joe Biden always related me to Jim Clyburn. Right, so every time
he thought you was Jim Clyburn.
No, shut up. No, come on.
I knew that was going to
you walking into that. I walked right into that shit.
You're going to be clipped.
I walked right into that shit.
Oh, man.
No, but every time, because, Joe and Jim have a really close relationship. Now, they trust each other and all. And so every time he's going to be like, how's Jim doing? And, every single time, that's his lead-off question. How's Jim doing? And you tell Jim he needs to give me a call. Every single time. And so was President Biden old? Yes. I mean, he was damn old. But when you take a look at it, Charlamagne, when you look at what this man was trying to do, I'd rather take an old Joe Biden on a respirator right now than a goddamn Donald Trump right now who's destroying this country.
That type of rhetoric is exactly why y'all lost.
It is exactly why they lost. Because they lied. They lied. We could all see how terrible Joe Biden was. We could all see that he was stumbling over sandbags, couldn't read a teleprompter. End of quote. Repeat the line. We could all see him wandering off like a lost puppy. We all saw him get guided off the stage by Barack Obama. And yet, instead of admitting, yeah, Joe Biden isn't all there anymore, we're going to have to run somebody else, they just continue to lie about it. Just that. So, yeah, you cooked yourselves.
And what I mean by that is America shouldn't have to choose between a Donald Trump
then people need to step
and an old man on a respirator. I shouldn't have to choose between authoritarian strategy and an old man on a respirator.
Charlamagne, you can't win something if you don't have somebody to get in the contest to run against.
And if Joe Biden would have said, hey, I'm going to be a transitional president, I'm only going to be here for 4 years, that would have gave you, as DNC chair and the party, a whole lot of time to be a good candidate.
But he didn't. Right.
That's right.
We could have, if I was 6'5" or 6'10", I'd be playing basketball right now and, $1 million house, but I don't. Right. Mm-hmm. So that did not happen. So when that did not happen, then what you got to do is play with the cards. It's like you playing spades. Right. Mm-hmm. Man, if I would have gotten, a deuce here and this and that, then I could have won that hand. Mm-hmm. You play with a hand that you dealt with. Right. And so in the end of the day, Joe Biden decided to run. Nobody decided of significance decided to challenge him. So therefore, that is the horse that you have to ride.
Well, do you put any blame on the Democratic Party? Because there clearly was a lot of people who saw a decline and decided not to say anything. But if they would have maybe rang the alarm, then maybe other people would have been like, you know what, I am going to run.
I don't know about that, to be quite honest, Charlamagne. I mean, the reason why you elect a president is to get shit done, right? That's the reason. Not because they look good in a suit, not because they're young or old or whatever. It's to get stuff done. And if you take a look, objectively speaking, you take a look at all that Joe Biden got done legislatively, and you compare it. You can compare it to Ronald Reagan. You can compare it to George W. Bush, to Barack Obama, Bill Clinton. There has not been a president that got more done legislatively than any president since Lyndon Baines Johnson.
I agree with
right?
you, but getting things done don't win campaigns, sadly. Not in this day and age.
But that's why you send somebody to Washington, D.C. to get stuff done for you, to do stuff for your community, to move things forward. And we see the contrast now of somebody who doesn't get things done or gets things done that actually hurts people. Why send a young person, Jim Carter, I remember once when I was a young staffer in his office. And he said, I was bitching about, some of these older people just need to sit down and let some of these young folks stand up. And he said to me, he was very quiet. He listened to me just rant and read. And he pushed back in his chair and he said, Jim, let me ask you a question. Which would you prefer, an old Thurgood Marshall or a young Clarence Thomas? And I sat there and I thought about it. And I said, okay, I see what he said, yeah.
A young Clarence Thomas. But did y'all notice that he said... He said, I remember I was a young stabber in Jim Clybourne's office. A young stabber? Oh, man. Yeah. You know what? I'm not even going to say what else. I'm not going to. I'm going to let y'all say it in the comments, all right? Young stabber. Okay.
I said, age is important, but it's also about your values. It's about who you are, what you will fight for, who you will fight for. And so that's a part of the package. Yes, Joe Biden was old. I get that. But we also know that this man was committed to certain things to make things better for folks. Did he do it perfectly? No, we don't. None of us do anything perfectly, right? There's nobody that has walked this earth that is perfect, but the Son of God, and hopefully he'll come back again sometime soon.
I wouldn't waste my time.
Well,
if I was him.
See, I hate the old conversation because it just wasn't. He just wasn't just the fact that he was old.
Yeah,
it just wasn't the fact that he was old because we know a lot of people that are 80-year-old and are on point. He just felt like he wasn't on point. It felt like my rest in peace to my mother-in-law, I feel like he had early signs of dementia she had. So the signs that I seen with her were the signs that I was seeing with him.
Yeah.
Forgetting names, shaking people's hands that weren't there. It just seemed a little bit, and it had nothing to do with old. It had to do with the fact that I just didn't think he was 100%.
I mean, listen, as somebody,
say I agree, but you took it.
No. As somebody who interacted with the president a lot in 2024, a lot. I mean, I flew on Air Force One to Eddie Bernice Johnson's funeral with him from Charleston to Dallas. And we spent an hour and a half, and he basically was giving me a history lesson of what's going on all across the world. No notes, and it's just a very casual conversation. But yes, I knew he was old, right? And he did.
Do y'all actually believe that crap? Like, really? Joe Biden giving him a history lesson. No notes, no nothing. Just casual conversation. Man, that's BS. That is... Bro, it is the funny part is the Breakfast Club, they're trying to give him an out. They're trying to get him, like, bro, just tell the truth. Like, it honestly would be good for the Democrat Party if they just came out and admitted, like, yo, yeah, we're sorry, we lied. We won't ever do that again. And honestly, it would be good for them. But they still refuse to do it. Like, the Breakfast Club is trying to get him to, like, let go. He just refuses. It's hilarious.
Some of the mannerisms that old people do. But in terms of like his mental acuity and his sharpness, he knew it all. And you better, like, if he asks you a question, you better know the answer to it, right? And so, like, seeing the frame that was built around, and then seeing the reality of my interactions, my personal interactions with him, that it was not always the same, right? It wasn't, and so that's part of my frustration is like, guys, I understand that this guy isn't perfect, but you know what? We also have a vice president. So in the end of the day, if he can't perform, you got a vice president that is there who can.
I don't
right?
think, to me, it wasn't anything. His age definitely played a part in it. But it's the fact that Democrats suck at messaging. And all the good things that somebody like the Biden administration did, y'all didn't know how to message, and y'all just suck at campaigning. And I think that y'all about to make the same mistake because you're still on some we good, they bad stuff. Clearly, America don't care about that.
Well, listen, what I think we have to do on the messaging side, one of the things, the problem that Democrats have, and I say this as a party, and I said this as a party chair, is that we send people to Washington, D.C. who want to get stuff done, who are policy wonks. Many of them are really policy nerds, right? All they want to do is they want to go to D.C., they want to write their bills, they want to get something passed and solve an issue that the people in their communities are dealing with. The Republicans are reversed. They want to go to Washington, D.C. to have power, right? Either power to block something or power to or power to move things forward. And they...
Kind of ironic how that's exactly what the Democrats want to do, and we just proved it with Joe Biden, how they lied just to stay in power. But, you know, Democrats always project. They always say the Republicans are doing something that they're actually doing or they want to do.
Know that, you know, they don't need to be versed in all of these policies and all that. And so they just focus on the politics of it. Whereas Democrats don't like to focus on the politics. They just like to focus on the policy. But that's not always good because you also need the politics part. Like, you got to be able to sell what you've been able to do. One of the things I tried to get the president, people in the administration to do is, I said, Mr. President, and I said this on this flight that we took. We were down in Charleston, visiting Mother Emanuel, and then flew to Dallas.
Is that when he pooped his pants, allegedly?
Man, I don't know what the hell you talking about.
I'm serious. They said that the last time he visited Mother Emanuel and me, he pooped his pants.
Charlemagne, you saying something that literally...
I'm not even joking.
Man, that's some crazy... That's some crazy talk.
Serious.
Oh, well.
That's some crazy talk because I was, again, with the president all day. We even went to, what's the soul food restaurant that we went to?
Hannibal's.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you. I'm not even joking. I heard that they said the last time he was there, they said he pooped his pants.
Man,
they said he was taking so long to come out. So local law enforcement was asking the Secret Service what's going on. And somebody in the Secret Service said, look, the president just...
He shot it. That
So many headlines asking, they're trying to figure out, did he poop his pants?
Man, that's crazy.
I'm not spreading no gossip. This is not a secret.
No, well, I never heard of that.
You didn't smell it.
No, exactly. Y'all look crazy.
So I didn't hear it.
Y'all
Did you
look crazy
smell?
as hell. Y'all are absolutely crazy as hell. Just crazy. Let me get to my story, man.
Sorry.
Hell, what was I trying to say anyway before Charlemagne ended up pooping the pants?
You was lying about something, man.
Oh, come on, man.
You said you told him to do something. You told the administration to do something. Y'all were on the flight.
So because part of,
that reminds me of that one clip of Joe Biden, where he was. Bro, this stuff is absolutely hilarious. I want to see if do y'all remember this clip? Where is it? Here it is. Here it is.
What must be what? What must be what? What must be what?
This man said, "My butt's been wiped." Why? I don't know. But hey, that's the guy that Jamie Harrison said was completely fine and was going over history with him. No script, no notes, no nothing. Just casual conversation. Yeah, all right. Oh, man. Or when, oh, crap. That one clip where Joe Biden was like, where he like partially sat down. It was weird. Oh, here it is. And I was like, what are you doing?
Distinguished guests,
What are you
please
doing?
welcome the Honorable Lloyd J.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you pooping your pants? Listen. Rumors become rumors for a reason, right? They become rumors for a reason. I think there might be some truth to it. He may not have full on pooped his pants, but he probably sharted. Okay. Oh my goodness. And to think that the Democrat Party just sat and lied about, oh my goodness. How ridiculous, man. But anyway, hopefully y'all aren't eating while you're watching this. If you are, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. But hey, the topic came up, and I thought about those clips. But anyway, y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions about all of this. Make sure you guys go subscribe to the second channel. It is called Extra Rich. The link is down below in the description box. All right. Hope to see y'all over there. Peace and love. I'm out.